Oh, what is going on, everybody?
Oh!
It is Pixapartist here, and welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney. When we left off, we have now brought the young lady that was supposedly not there and has now been revealed that she was there the whole time. She is now coming to court, and she's going to give us a testification. Is that what my brain was going to say? She's going to testify. And about the sad and terrifying spectacle, and we will hear from Miss Giselle Brett about whatever the fuck is going on. Yeah, some random sentence. Okay.
Yep.
A hat tip. Okay. Cool. Is he gonna translate it, I suppose, immediately?
Yeah.
Or not?
Blah blah
Okay.
blah 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 blah.
That day I joined Dr. Watson for the late lunch. The doctor wasn't able to eat, so I ordered a beefsteak for myself.
Blah 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 blah.
The accused came over to greet the doctor, but they quickly began to argue. Then, before my very eyes, the student took the doctor's pistol and shot him.
Wow, rude. Blah 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 blah.
I was not carrying a firearm, so it is impossible for me to have committed the crime.
Wow, that was actually the right inflection I put onto that.
Yeah.
What? Oh, I
That sounds
wasn't.
like a decisive testimony. I didn't hit it. They just auto roll, so you have to be careful.
I wasn't
sometimes.
looking because my phone lit up. I forgot to silence it.
Oops. I'll go and give that to you while it was talking about
It
perfect
distracted
testimony.
me. God dang it.
But I swear, I never argue with the doctor.
Iggy Quit your yammering. The word of the black-hearted villain or the word of a pure-hearted lady? Which do you think we trust? Even a scoundrel like you should know.
Gah. Naruhodo, haven't you learned your lesson? Nothing's going to change if you keep raising your hand without thinking. I'm just so frustrated. Oh yeah, that's him.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Shortly
yeah.
after I arrived on the scene, I'm not used to having to read Japanese names, so it's not immediately triggering to me which one it is sometimes. When I laid the testimonies of this lady and the two previous witnesses to headquarters, it was concluded that she had no relation to the incident. Thus, she was sent home. Now, if only those testimonies were legitimate. In any case, this lady is wearing the same outfit she wore on the day of the incident. As you can see, there's no place in which she could have concealed a pistol. I think it had a single pistol just about anywhere, though.
Yeah.
Unless you can indicate this hiding place to us, what you're spouting is mere conjecture.
This dress has no pockets, there's nowhere to hide a pistol. That is what she says.
I'm gonna turn that woman upside down and give her a good shake just to check.
You better not be thinking of getting violent, Naruhodo.
Come on, I didn't find the gun I found, so there must be another one.
Exactly, that lady must have concealed it, somehow. At least that's what we need to prove. And to do that, we have to destroy her testimony, no matter what.
I was gonna say we have to destroy her. I'm just like, well.
We will destroy her as well. Oh,
She
boy.
smirked.
The evil smile.
Very well, defense. The court orders you to begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
Here we go.
She could hide it in that hat easily.
Yeah.
Or in the swan's little wing flap area behind its wing.
That's the hat. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no. Well, I'm saying you could also hide it under the hat or in one of the features of the hat.
I meant on the hat. But like.
And you Dr. Watson's for late lunch.
Why were you there?
2 p.m. At late lunch indeed.
Late lunches are the latest trend in the British Empire.
Isn't
that so, my lady?
No.
Well, you can go ahead and say that if you want in your accent.
It just no.
Huh?
That sounds like a no. A sharp one at that. That appears to be a guest at the medical research laboratory. Hence, she would often go out to lunch with Dr. Watson. But on that day, the victim had a doctor's appointment.
I think there's a note about that somewhere in the court record.
He certainly did. It was almost 2 p.m. by the time this treatment was complete.
I see. That makes sense.
Truly a perfect memory from a perfect lady.
The witnesses then gathered at the restaurant. What happened next?
Professor was unable to eat, so I ordered a beefsteak for myself, is what she says.
Yep.
Unable to eat. You're referring to the professor's visit to the Hada clinic, right? That is correct. You didn't even ask her first. Incidentally, when the lady was the lady aware of that visit? Yes, she heard about the tooth extraction the day of. That means you're the one who ate the beefsteak after all. That is correct. This photographer is how the scene looked at the time, sad and terrifying. At the time, huh?
Indeed, what a tragedy. That ventured out this far eastern island, only being embroiled in a murder case. I, Ouchie, shall become a vengeful god and sink my fist in the criminal's face. Come over here. Let me at him.
No.
I take it that the late Dr. Watson didn't ingest anything then? Yes, with the exception of carbonated water. Carbonated water? Though they could not eat, he could at least have a drink. So the two of us made a toast, she says. A toast with carbonated drinks? Huh. So what do you think of that testimony? Obviously, it's very important.
Yeah.
Ow! I believe there's a deeper meaning to the lady's testimony.
Oh, fascinating. And what meaning would that be, pray tell? Fuck.
Come on, dude.
When the time is ripe, the meaning shall reveal itself. The defense requests that the witness' last statement be added to her testimony.
Ha! A clever save.
Now then, my lady, would you please add that statement to your testimony for us?
Gladly, she says.
Nice, Isogi. I'll remember those words.
Which words?
When the time is ripe. What a convenient praise.
Could you take this a little more seriously, Naruhodo?
Praise?
All right.
You said praise? I thought it was phrase.
I said it was phrased, but I said it weirdly because I can't English. So, made a carbonated water in the wine glasses. Now, here's my thought. Granted, this is we need the big one.
Because there was only one.
There's only
glass.
one glass there.
You can't
I
have a
would like
toast
to
when
point
only
that
one
out.
person is. Yeah.
That's it.
I love that face, and so do you.
Oh my god!
I'd like to confirm something about this photograph. Every time you look, does it make you laugh? The lady herself just told us that the spectacle shown in this photograph.
It seems like that's gonna be a recurring thing, and I love it. Phoenix, why don't
Yes.
you do that? I want to see Phoenix do that.
Was exactly how the scene looked at the time.
Oh.
That is correct.
Ow. Except that's strange. Really strange. The only strange thing here is your inability to properly slam that desk.
Well,
He's got a point.
what's so strange about this photograph? I'm referring to the toast they made.
The toast? I don't have any butter. Do you have butter? No, I don't.
They said she made a toast with carbonated water and wine glasses. But if that were the case,
There'd be two glasses there.
the table should have 2 glasses on it.
Oh!
Oh,
You're right, there's only a single wine glass.
No matter how you look at it, that's just a trivial matter.
No, it's not.
How could a single wine glass have any impact on the case?
trivial, you say? Even if it was the police that hit a glass to deflect suspicion from the lady? What rubbish. I would never perform such a foolish act. Ow! Then shouldn't there be 2 wine glasses? I mean, think about it. They made a toast. Yes, I suppose you have a point. While posing as a waiter, I brought 2 wine glasses to the table. But... She gave a look.
Yeah.
She turned.
Blah, 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 blah.
I wish I could read that.
Detective, what did she just say?
Evidently, the one who removed a wine glass was none other than Miss Giselle Brett herself.
What?
I was so profoundly shaken by the events that had transpired before my eyes that I concealed the fact I was there against my better judgment.
Why?
Don't try and play all innocent and cute and stuff.
Sorry.
See, it was a trivial matter after all.
Excuse me?
Lest we forget our fellow countryman was murdered before our very eyes. You gonna blame him for hiding 1 or 2 wine glasses under such duress?
That's absurd.
Or perhaps... You dare condemn the frail foreign beauty's sense of playfulness?
What?
Playfulness?
Oh, please, you can't just dismiss something like this as mere playfulness. By the way, how exactly did she hide the wine glass? Looking at an @ symbol towards the end there.
Yeah.
She said she placed it in the small handbag she was carrying.
Her handbag?
A fashionable pouch in which ladies of the British Empire store personal items.
With this, we've established that the lady took the wine glass from the scene. However, said wine glass is irrelevant to the case at hand. This evil student is merely grasping at straws. The court has no need for any more of this misleading accusations.
Indeed, now that we know why the lady took that wine glass,
Hold on.
we must all agree that it has no bearing on the case at hand.
Yes, it does.
Understood, attorney?
No. Huh? But, I wonder. At this rate, if we wish to press the issue any further, we must first prove why it is worthy of discussion. Yeah. Miss Brett whisked the glass away in her handbag. So the crucial question here is, call attention to the handbag, because they could have kept that gun in there.
Yeah.
Hold on a minute. She put the wine glass in her handbag?
Indeed, nothing strange about that. Every lady in the British Empire owns a handbag, you know.
As I recall, Miss Brett made a certain claim earlier.
Yep.
This dress had no pockets. There's no place for me to hide a pistol. However, we now know she had a handbag. Ow! Wasn't it possible for her to hide a pistol in that handbag?
Oh!
Way to go, partner.
Partner.
I knew you'd notice that contradiction.
What do you mean by that? You dirty little...
Stop talking about yourself.
It's simple. The defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, picked up a fallen pistol, then heard a gunshot. Since he did not pull the trigger of the pistol in his hand, there must have been another one. Another gun that was the true murder weapon. If only there was some kind of marking we could look at to see where it came from.
You can't mean...
Detective! Yes? Did you investigate the contents of Miss Brett's handbag? No, I did not expect it. I knew it. In other words, the other gun, the true murder weapon, could have been hidden in Miss Brett's handbag.
What? What did you say?
It's true.
Gotcha, bitch.
Okay.
Order in the court!
Detective, I demand an explanation.
Of what, Prosecutor Ouchie?
How could you fail to give the handbag a thorough inspection? This lady's been forced to put up with a false accusation due to lack of due diligence.
You did it, partner.
Partner.
You've great opportunity to tear down her facade. You really think so? Uh-oh. Don't die.
Uh-oh.
My God. I think he's gonna die before he can translate. My goodness. You have no faith in the Imperial Police, I see? It's true. I did not check the contents of the lady's handbag. Because... there was no need to do so. What do you mean?
What do you mean?
I must thank the student attorney over there. He has reminded me of a piece of evidence that I forgot to show to the court. This here photograph. Forgot? Sure. Oh, it's see-through, isn't it?
No.
I took this photograph as a precaution after the incident occurred. As you can see, Miss Brett's handbag was captured in this picture.
What? You can clearly see the inside of her handbag.
That seems like a terrible
Like,
idea
why would
for a
you
purse.
want that?
Exactly, Your Honor.
People can
This
steal your
handbag was
stuff.
woven from leather and was very popular among high-class Londoners.
My word, its contents are out on full display.
Hence, there was no need to inspect it. After all, if there was a pistol inside, it would have stood out immediately. Lack of a pistol is proof of Miss Brett's innocence. Don't you get that smile. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to present this young student. No!
Whoa.
Ow!
He just hit the back of the thing.
That hurt. The truth hurts.
Order, order! Detective, I order you to hand over that photograph as evidence.
They have to come at use in some point.
Yeah.
As you wish, Your Honor. Okay.
Something on the guy's wrist caught my attention.
We'll go look at that here in a second.
Hereby conclude the cross-examination of the witness.
You hold it. We're gonna look at some stuff here. Details. Use magnifying glass.
You see what I mean? Like, what's that?
It's a good question. It's definitely it's a bull. It's a bull's head.
Some kind of tattoo.
Yeah. Huh.
I saw that immediately.
Yeah, I was busy looking at the purse.
No, there's always
That's
other
a
things.
nice symbol. Maybe that'll come in play too. I don't know.
I think it's just
And
part
then
of the
we've got a
decoration.
wine glass and nothing of interest.
Like,
Anything
I
under the
think
table?
it's just a rose or something.
Probably. All right.
His head hurts.
Yeah.
The court believes that, with this photograph, all relevant evidence is at hand.
I hit my head on the thing. I have a concussion. Recess, please.
As long as there are no issues with this photograph, all doubts surrounding this case have been cleared. Now it is time to render a verdict.
In other words, there's but one conclusion. No one was capable of committing the crime except for the student prostrated at his desk.
Is he okay?
That's a great animation.
Yeah.
No. I thought we were about to make a great turnabout.
That's me when I have to clock back into work for
Instead,
my break.
we were shut down before we could even gain traction. I feel that. Asogi? I'm sorry, Naruhodo.
What?
Huh? Now that the cross-examination is over, we have no way of prolonging this trial. What? Then the verdict will be...
You put up a good fight for a starry-eyed student, I'll give you that. However, resistance is futile in the face of a fair judgment.
Fair.
Reflect on the fact of your heart's content from the comfort of your cell.
Is this the end? Am I really going to be jailed for a crime I didn't even commit? And what about Asogi? He'll be forced to give up on his dream of studying abroad. Hey, Asogi. What is it, Naruhodo? Are you really out of options? You heard the judge. As long as there are no issues with that detective's photograph, the trial cannot continue. It's over.
Very well then, the court shall proceed to deliver its judgment.
It appears that we can report back to the British Empire without further delay.
Damn it.
I will now announce a verdict for the defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
Ooh, he did a
Please wait, Your Honor.
he did a proper slam. It didn't go.
did.
Psh, it went boom.
Yeah, he went boom. There was no ow. Please wait, Your Honor. Naruhodo?
But even the sound itself was different. You noticed that, right?
Yes.
It's awesome.
You should hold off on passing a verdict.
What are you going on about now? Once the trial is over and a conclusion is reached, the judge hands down the verdict. That is the most fundamental rule that governs the Supreme Court.
Ooh, I like
But
that.
His Honor clearly said, as long as there's no issues with this photograph, all doubts surrounding this case have been cleared. Now it's time to render a verdict.
We haven't seen him like that yet. I don't.
No. Therefore, in the event that there's a huge issue with the evidence, the trial must go on.
Are you delusional? The only purpose of the photograph is to show the items on her handbag. How can there be any issue with it?
I've got a bluff. You're...
I understand the defense's concern. It's true, we have yet to examine this photograph closely. However, I cannot imagine what additional clues may lie within this handbag.
Ha! As if anything like that would exist. I'm sick and tired of this student's desperate proclamations.
It's not the handbag.
Come on, I'm not that desperate. I just know there's something about this photograph that stands out.
Yes.
Very well then, we will grant the defense one less opportunity.
Huh?
It's what I noticed immediately
come
after
again?
looking at the handbag.
This trial may or may not end immediately, depending on
Oh,
what you
God.
have to say.
That's intimidating.
Understood. Damn.
Yes, Your Honor.
In the photograph that Detective Osanaga submitted as evidence, please proceed to point out the significant problem in this photograph.
The tattoo.
Up there.
Boom.
Please take a look right here. On the victim's wrist, you can see a mysterious scar.
Or scar, whatever.
Indeed. It looks like a burn.
Uh-oh. I was wondering what you might blurt out with your desperation, but really? That doesn't have nothing to do with the lady's handbag, does it?
No.
That is indeed a scar from a burn.
Huh?
Could you elaborate, Detective?
The police had noticed the burn as well during the inspection of the corpse. However, since that had nothing to do with the cause of death, it was left out of the records.
That would only be fair. Because even establishing precisely what the victim suffered a burn wouldn't be impossible to begin with.
It's just.
The more I look at this, the more I think that there's something.
specifically shaped.
Oh wait, that's you. Sorry.
Oh, the more I look at this, the more I think that there's something strange about this scar.
There definitely is.
But Prosecutor Ouchie is correct. As long as there's no clear connection to this case, I do not see any need to further investigate this burn mark.
Blah 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 blah.
Is that dinner? I don't know what the fuck that is. Unfortunately, Your Honor, the time for her to dine with officials at the university is fast approaching. If it is alright, the witness would like to kindly request that she be allowed to leave.
Oh, because we're on to something. That's why.
Oh, but of course, that is not a problem at all.
I hate that.
Your Honor, please let us hand down the verdict at once.
Naruhodo, explain yourself. Are you saying this burn mark is somehow related to the case? To tell you the truth, I don't really know that myself, but if I just stand idly by, it's all over for me. No matter what, I have to keep pushing forward, even if I'm just grasping at straws. Yeah, you're right. Asogi, if we can prove a connection between this burn mark and the incident at hand, we'll be able to wrench open a door that was once locked to us. Huh?
What now? There's no way you can possibly pull that off.
We cannot afford to waste time listening to baseless conjecture.
In other words, all we need to do is show you evidence, Your Honor. The proof that links the burn mark to this incident.
That is correct.
Truth be told, I had overlooked this mysterious burn mark. However, the moment you pointed out in the photograph, I did not overlook the sudden darkness that overtook the witness's face.
Yep.
What? My only option is to establish a connection between the burn mark and the crime.
Breathe.
This is really important. I can't mess it up. I have to find evidence that will reveal the truth behind the burn mark.
He's not shifty eyes there.
Now I order the defense to present evidence to the court. What evidence establishes a connection between the burn mark and this case?
Okay, we should look for something that's shaped like a bowl. That's my assumption. Because I almost think of like, kind of like a branding of sorts. Does that make
Beef
sense?
steak. No.
Let me flip this over. No, that's all
No.
garbage, but you said it the right way up. Yeah, I don't see anything that would match on there. Okay, the crime scene photo. Use a magnifying glass to look at things. There's
Nothing.
a knife. Oh, that's interesting. Ha ha! Clue! Ha ha! Ha ha! Ha ha!
Wow, yeah. This is the same photograph from before.
I think photographs really are an extraordinary invention. Things that are easily overlooked by the untrained eye can be recorded eternally for all to see.
And? What are you getting at? That's what we're supposed to see. I cannot allow your needless charades to waste any more of my lady's time.
I hope you'll be willing to grace us with your presence for just a short while longer, miss.
She doesn't like where this
The
is
connection
going.
we're looking for is very clearly shown in this photograph. Why did the victim have such a mysterious burn mark on his body? What was the cause? The cause?
A bluff is obvious as that won't work on me.
I was gonna go with oblivious for some reason, but I was like, there's no other.
You would do well to present your evidence immediately. What do you suppose caused the victim's burn mark?
Is this? Do I have to zoom in on it or no? I can just put it right there.
The beefsteak?
The beefsteak isn't the important part. It's the iron plate under the meat.
The plate? Oh!
What's the matter, Your Honor?
This iron plate bears a certain insignia. It's safe to assume this is the symbol of La Quantos. Duh.
He was in a gang! No.
The insignia on this iron plate and the shape of the victim's burn mark are a perfect match.
Ouch!
He said ouch!
Naruhodo, you're really something else. He's right. Therefore, we can assume the victim received the burn mark at La Quantos.
The restaurant where he was murdered. I'd say that's a connection.
But even if that may be true, that doesn't mean the burn was on the day of the murder. Surely it was on the day before the crime or the day before that. Or any unrelated day.
Well, you see...
There we go.
Bad news, Prosecutor Ouchie. The chances of that are terribly low. Isogi.
You really had him there.
Why would that be?
Look at how clear the burn shows on his skin. A burn like this would have sent the restaurant into an uproar. Detective Hosonaga, what were your thoughts? What are your thoughts? An injury of such severity could not possibly slip by without causing a bit of a fuss.
Floss?
but...
The wound appears to be fresh. It was burned recently. And while the wound is indeed small, it has left a distinct burn mark. That means that this was an especially severe burn.
Ow.
What does that mean for us? For example? Oh yes. Let me give you the conditions that would have to be present for a burn like this to form. You have to press against a hot surface for at least 3 seconds at 90 degrees Celsius.
One probably wouldn't be able to help but let out a scream from the pain.
I've been undercover at La Quantos for weeks and I've never heard any screams like that. As a waiter of the restaurant in question, I can confidently assure you of that.
What? Weren't you focusing on your detective work? Uh-oh.
Huh.
Indeed, that's why this is so strange. I agree with Detective Hosonaga. If you had to press your skin down on such a hot plate, you would have cried out in pain. It's just human instinct.
Yeah.
The detective didn't hear any screams. It's even stranger. On the day I didn't hear anything like that either.
Huh.
What?
And he was there.
If he had just accidentally dropped his hand on the hot plate for 3 seconds...
Can you really call it an accident if you leave it there for 3 seconds?
At the time, the witnesses were me, the soldier, and the antique shop owner. Needless to say, all of us would have heard the scream if it had happened.
He kept talking.
Isn't that right, prosecutor?
That was just weird.
Huh? Well, yes, that's true.
Then it begs the question, why did none of us hear Dr. Watson's scream? Naruhodo, what are you getting
He
at?
was already dead.
That's what I was thinking. I can't believe this. Even I had no idea we would reach this kind of conclusion. But it seems that all of us may have fallen victim to an
Inconceivable.
Inconceivable.
trap. I can only think of one possible explanation for this contradiction. When the professor burned his wrist, he was
Already dead.
completely oblivious, dozing off or already dead.
Already dead, man.
Even when his wrist is pressed down onto the hot iron plate, he still managed to be silent. A scenario like that would be impossible. That is, if we ignore the obvious implication.
The obvious implication? Do you mean?
Yeah. Yes. He must have already been dead.
Already?
Dead?
She's
That's a stare through my soul.
She's not
I
flinching
feel like the
at
swan
all.
is staring at me too. What are you looking at, Swan?
Oh god. No. You and your Adam Sandler movie references.
There's no other way to see it at this point. On that day, when the beefsteak was brought to Dr. Watson's dining table, the doctor was already dead.
What? No. How? It can't be.
Ooh, his music is cool.
Order, order, order. Just what in heaven's name does this mean? Haven't we been operating on the assumption that the victim was killed by a gunshot?
I did so, Your Honor. Don't be misled. That student's already just claims nothing but nonsense attempts to twist the truth.
The one twisting the truth is you, prosecutor.
How so?
We have established a time when the doctor burnt his wrist at Laquantos. The reality of this incident has already changed completely. Do you not understand? Your Honor, we demand further testimony. If the victim had been dead long before the sound of that gunshot, then there's a possibility that the witness knew about that fact.
This is beyond my wildest imagination. I never would have thought this trial would be twist after twist.
That's how they all go for us, Judge. You
Yep.
buckle up, because you're in for a
With this
treat.
family, yep.
Sorry to ask this of you, Miss Brett, but you'll have to give up on your prior arrangements.
Are you mad?
While our country's judicial system may still be immature, we cannot pass a verdict when so many clear doubts remain.
Your Honor. I don't like that. Did she just laugh?
Yes, of course. Yes, I'll happily consent to your demands.
Oh my gosh, she talks!
She can speak Japanese. For the sake of your empire and mine, for the friendship we share with the Empire of Japan.
Miss Britt? Did you just speak Japanese?
Hi.
Well, we're gonna find out if she truly does speak Japanese next time.
I finally get to do a voice!
I think I'm doing Japanese. I think I'm doing Japanese. I really think so.
Stop.
And now we've been copyright struck. Because I sang that so perfectly.
Oh, yeah, so perfectly.
It's just because she just suddenly is like, oh, well, you know what? I guess I can talk now because otherwise these people around me are going to get me fucking arrested. Now I have to rely on my own wit. Oh, God.